Hello, my name is Lexus Looters, and this is my Module 13 video reflection. First, after reviewing the copyright and fair use websites, which areas surprised you the most as breaking copyright laws or not meeting the fair use criteria? To start off, I thought it was really cool that they have less strict rules for educational purposes. I think that it's really important, and I think there's a lot of videos and articles and clips out there that are very useful when teaching a lesson in the classroom, or that allow the student to adapt their real life to that story or what they're learning to their real life. It kind of puts it in a relatable perspective, I guess you could say, and I think that that's really important. One thing that really surprised me and that I talk about in most of these is the movies and the videos being watched in the classroom, or the movies. If one person has a movie and they go to play it in the classroom, I could not believe that the whole class couldn't watch it, because we always grew up with that. Growing up, we always watch movies on holidays and stuff like that, and I really don't see a problem in any of that, or in any of the circumstances that are proposed. So what examples have you experienced where educators have broken copyright laws or fair use policies? Like I said before, the movies, growing up, we always had movies were always presented in the classroom, whether that be a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie, and the teachers usually brought them in, or something that one of the other teachers bought that we just showed in our classroom. So I really don't see a problem with sharing the movies with other people, because you did buy them and it is yours, in my opinion. So I really don't see a problem with that, and anyway, it doesn't make sense to me. Another thing that I see teachers do is the copying the online textbooks. I've gotten that a lot in college. The teachers will buy the online textbooks, create a PDF, and then go ahead and put just that URL on, a lot of my science classes do this, the URL on Blackboard, so then all we have to do is we get access to that textbook. And I think that I can see where this can be viewed as negative, because you are taking money from that company when normally the students would be buying them. But I can also see it as helpful if the teacher knows that, not saying it's right, but if the teacher knows that the textbook isn't going to be used a lot that semester, or if they know that there's not a lot of information that needs to be pulled from it, but maybe just looking at one chapter throughout the semester, so just saving that student time and money, I can see it being a little bit more useful in terms of that, as just copying the textbook just to reference it for a little section, rather than having all the students use the whole textbook when they could have just bought it. Is it really that big of a deal? Like I said, the movies thing I don't think is a really big deal. I think that the textbook thing could go either way, but those are the two main things that I've kind of experienced going to school and stuff like that. So how did you score on the fair use quiz? And what questions surprised you? I actually got an 80 on it. There were a lot of them that actually surprised me. The main ones would have to be the watching the movies again, just really blew my mind. I couldn't believe the question about it. Saying that they were playing it in an open area, and could the whole school watch it at the same time or whatever, and it said no or whatever. I did get it right because I remember talking about it, but it still blows my mind that that's not possible. Another thing that it said was somebody recorded the 60-second shows and then used them for a lesson in the classroom, and I guess I don't really understand how this doesn't apply to the less strict educational setting or whatever for this kind of stuff, but it did say that it was wrong or breaking fair use if someone recorded that and then showed it to their classroom for a specific lesson or something, which I thought was weird, because I know we talked about the private and public thing in class last week, but it just really surprises me that if you record it, just like you would record anything else and watch it at your house, why you can't teach the students based on that lesson if it was educational. It is aired for the public to see, so whether those students are seeing it at home or in the classroom, that kind of just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But other than that, that was the main thing that kind of stood out to me when taking the quiz, was the viewing the videos and stuff like that in the classroom. So, this is my Module 13 video reflection. Thank you for watching.